In this video, we will talking about how to configure basic network security policy. There are two types of network security policy. First is policy for server scenario. The policy is used to protect servers or users to avoid being attacked from outside. And second is policy for internet access scenario. The policy is used to prevent users or servers to launch attack from internal to external. Now we will talking about the policy for server scenario. Here are the configuration steps for server scenario. Go to Policies, Network Security Policies, to add a policy for server scenario. Enter the name of the policy. Then choose the source zone, which is outside zone, and network object is all, which contain all IP addresses. For destination zone are the protected area. If your server and user are located in different zone, you may choose all of the server and user's zone. There is an option on server scenario, which is the source is processed or the source is not processed via NAT or CDN. In this case, we don't have device in front of NGAF to do NAT, so we choose the option of source is not processed via NAT or CDN. Click on the next button to configure the advanced functionality for server scenario. The real-time vulnerability analytics is a passive detection of traffic that can find vulnerabilities before security events happen. Next, we will configure the basic protection, which is IPS, content security and web app protection. You may click on the drop-down list to choose the template. It is recommended to use the default template for IPS and web app protection. We will talk about how to check on the template later. The action for protection will be denied. If you just want to generate log but not blocking the traffic, then you may choose on allow. Next one is APT detection. The template for APT detection we suggest to use are the default template. The action you may choose on denied to block the traffic. If your network have local DNS server, you may configure the DNS server IP in here, so that the real IP will be detected instead of DNS server IP. For correlated address block, it is suggested to enable in order to make your network more secure. It will block the suspicious traffic to avoid subsequent communication with others. It is recommended to use the first options, which is block against high threats, so that your network will have more stability. Lastly, click on the OK button to save the configuration. Now we will talk about policy for internet access scenario. Here are the configuration steps for internet access scenario. Go to Network Security Policy, click on the Add button and choose Policy for Internet Access Scenario. Enter the policy name. For the source zone, choose the user zone. For the network object, choose the private network. For destination zone, choose outside zone, and network object will be all. Next, you may choose the protection template and action. For example, we use a custom template that we created earlier. For APT detection on internet access scenario are same with server scenario. You may change the action to denied, and if you have local DNS server you may configure the IP here. We also recommend to enable correlated address block against high threats. Lastly, click on the OK button to save the configuration. Now we will talk about the protection template. You may go to Objects, Security Policy, then choose on the security policy that you want to edit. To check the template, click on the template name. Then you can view the template details. The default template is not able to modify, you can only check the policy but cannot save any changes. To add a new template, click on the Add button, then enter the name of the template and choose the protection. After that, click on the OK button to save. Web app protection and APT template are similar. For content security, it have email protection, URL filter and file protection. You may click the template name to view the template details. You can also add a new template if you want to customize the template. Choose on the site category that you want to filter. On Advanced Setting, you may enable the Engine Zero-based file verification. Engine Zero is an AI-based malicious file detection engine. Device will pass the specific file to Engine Zero to detect whether is it a malicious file. Here is the file type that's supported by Engine Zero. You may also enable file protection if you want. Here is the file type supported. After that, click on the OK button to save the template. In order to have the network security logs, you should enable the log event in policies. HTTP, HTTPS and FTP download or upload logs are recorded in application control, not in content security policy. Content security policy support decryption. You may enable decryption policy. The content security protection must be enabled in order to block malicious link.